What up, y'all? It's KP, the sports chick. So, Nick Young is not having a great year at all. 2016 is not good for him, and I'm pretty sure he wants it to be over. First, in March, D'Angelo Russell called him out, with his discretions when he was still engaged. His boo done left him. And now he's getting his name thrown in the mix after this whole Derrick Rose situation, the alleged gang rape allegations against Derrick Rose from Jane Doe, who does not want to be identified. But, the story is compelling because I've read on, what Jane Doe's story is. She just did a story this week, still anonymously, about everything that's happened and how the whole situation went down, how long her and Derrick Rose were together, if it was mutually exclusive or if it was non-exclusive relationship. So we know that according to Jane Doe, the relationship was a non-exclusive relationship, but she claims that she met him in 2011, during the NBA lockout at a party. They kind of connected because Derrick Rose came off as kind of shy. She's shy, apparently, so they bonded off of that and how much he loves his mother. And so they would see each other, and then when he went back to work, he had a computer sent to her so that they could Skype. And again, this is all according to Jane Doe. And so when they started to Skype, it went from general conversation the first few times or whatnot, and this is all very broad. She's not giving exact dates, but then she says, after a certain period of time, he started doing things like asking things of her that are uncomfortable. I mean, we already know what that is, like taking your clothes off. That's what she says. Taking your clothes, asking her to take things off, to do sexual acts on camera in front for him to see. And she said she was uncomfortable with it, so she stopped answering his Skype. She would make excuses saying that the computer wasn't working or the phone wasn't working. And then the calls stopped from Skype, so she thought it was over. So they nixed communication. They stopped talking, and so apparently he was in town. And she said that she felt like he was in town, so she had texted him, and that's how they became. And that was the night of the alleged incident. And the interviewer asked Jane Doe, you initiated contact with him that night, right? And Jane Doe said yes, pretty much, but they usually, between the two of them, Derrick Rose was the first to initiate contact in every situation, according to her. And that this was the first time one of the only times that she did it. Or she said it was really the first time. And so that he even acted shocked that she contacted him. Long story short, he has a car sent over to pick her up to go to, for a party. Before she goes to the party, she promises to bring a sex belt. And so that's been one of the widely publicized comments that she's made that's kind of put her in a sketchy light. Her explanation for that is that, she had a friend who was promoting these sex belts apparently, and he apparently gave her one because she was there. Now that's not too far-fetched. I mean, if you know somebody who is trying to launch a product, then they'll give you their product. Yeah, even sex toys. So that is what she is claiming to have happened. So she's claiming the tags were still on this belt, and that's why she had it. And she brought it, but she was too shy to even bring it out or use it or whatever. So anyway, she gets sent home. Or apparently something happens. She blacks out. She ends up at home, wakes up with her clothes on, room looking upside down because she was upside down, and her clothes were disheveled. And, some other details I won't discuss. You can look it up for yourself. You can find all the information. But, I say all that to say that's her side of the story. And Derrick Rose is not denying that he had that he had sex with this woman. But what and really there's not a lot of details on how it went down. And, basically he's saying that it was a non-exclusive relationship, and it was consensual sex. But you could have kept this part to yourself. In order to exonerate himself, or in order to start the process of doing so, he threw Nick Young under the bus by saying, this girl's claimed to be inexperienced, but Not too long ago, she slept with Nick Young, and it was fine. I have the text to prove it, because when they were both teammates, Nick Young and Derrick Rose, apparently she sent a text saying, since to Derrick Rose saying, hey, since you're gonna see Nick, can you tell him to give you my bra? And this is Jane Doe saying this. If that exists, that's not, it's not indicative that she's lying, but it definitely paints her in a different light than what she's trying to portray. So all that to say this, they can't agree on much in this situation. The only thing that they can agree on is when they met and that sex happened and took place. Everything else is up for debate. So the fact that he threw that Derrick Rose took Nick Young under the bus is kind of like, that's like bro code violation. I'm not even a bro, and I know that. And you're using that as leverage, or not even leverage. You're using it as a point to kind of clear your name to make her look more like, I guess, a slut. So basically, you're slut shaming somebody, and it doesn't make you look good at all, Derrick Rose. You could have kept Nick Young's name out of it altogether, because you already know in the NBA, people are sharing people. And I'll just leave it at that. So this is not new news. I mean, I know why he said it, because he's being attacked. He feels attacked, so he feels like he has to defend himself. But he put somebody else's name in it. You could have found a way to do that without putting somebody else's name in it. Now, if the name came up later while you're trying to prove yourself, then you're not responsible for that. But I just think you broke bro code altogether, and it doesn't put you in a good light going into this situation, into litigation going forward. So, bro, like, shut your mouth. Like, why would anybody want to be in a locker room with you and combining you about anything from here on out? Same thing with D'Angelo Russell. So I want to hear from you about it. If you have something to say, if you disagree with me, hit me up on kpsportschick.com. You can leave comments there. You can find anything that has to do with KP there, social media links, and you can leave comments on YouTube as well at KP the Sports Chick.